Hi guys, this is Gian of Gian Can Cook, and today I'm bringing you a recipe for a classic beef stew with potatoes and carrots. This is a super easy dish that is packed full with flavor, the beef is tender, and the vegetables are absolutely delicious. If you're interested in the full recipe, it will be linked below in the description box. The first step is to season the beef, and I've trimmed the beef of all excess fat and cut it into small cubes. And I am seasoning it with dry and wet seasoning. To the beef, I'm adding garlic powder, onion powder, red pepper flakes, and paprika. I'm also adding my homemade green seasoning. I will leave the link to this seasoning in the description box below because I have a separate video for this recipe. Next, I'm adding Worcestershire sauce and salt, and then I'm going to give it a good stir just to make sure that all the pieces of beef are covered and coated nicely with the seasoning. This is one of those dishes that it's okay to season the meat and cook right away because the cooking process is so long, it impacts a lot of flavor into the meat. Now that meat is seasoned, I'm going to set this to the side, and to a pot I'm going to add oil. And I'm using vegetable oil, but you can use whatever you prefer. Once the oil is hot, I'm going to add the seasoned beef to the pot and allow it to brown. I'm using a large pot, so I'm able to spread out the beef into one layer so every piece gets nice and brown. Now that most of the liquid has reduced, I'm going to add tomato paste, and I'm just going to give it a good stir just to make sure it's mixed in and let it cook for about a minute or two before moving on to the next step. And I'm just stirring this around just to make sure that there are no clumps of tomato paste. Now I'm going to add the onions, and I'm just going to cook this for about a minute or two before adding the liquid. Now I am using water with beef base, but you can also use a beef broth instead. And I'm adding quite a bit of water because I am going to pressure this. This is the beef base that I'm using. If you can't find this, you can use beef bouillon or beef stock. Once that's mixed in, I'm going to add bay leaf, fresh rosemary, and thyme. I'm going to cook this in my electric pressure cooker for about 20 minutes, just because I'm trying to cut down on cook time, but you can also cook this on the stovetop or even in a slow cooker. If you're going to use a slow cooker, place all of the ingredients including the potatoes and carrots in the slow cooker and cook on low for 7 to 8 hours. Now I'm going to check the beef to see if it's tender. It should be tender but not falling apart. I'm going to remove the stems and bay leaf before adding the carrots and potatoes. I'm going to cover this and reduce the heat to medium and let it cook for about 20 to 25 minutes, just until the carrots and potatoes are tender and the sauce has reduced and thickened. If you want to give this recipe a try, it will be linked below in the description box. Now let's check on that stew. And this is exactly what it should look like. The sauce is reduced, it has become thick and rich. It is ready. Like, you can serve this over rice, you can serve it over with mashed potatoes, or even on its own. It's a very hearty, stick to your ribs kind of meal. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time.